Good morning. Thank you for taking a few moments with me in the Word today. This week we're talking about being assembled together. And the Word tells us not to forsake the assembling of ourselves, and tells us to be mindful of that as we see the day approaching. And we're closer to the return of Jesus than we ever have been before. And oh, how we need that fellowship with one another. That assembly means a sense of community, a united together. And the Lord does declare the end from the beginning. And when we look at the birth of the church in Acts chapter 2 and verse 42, it says this: every believer was faithfully devoted to following the teachings of the apostle. Their hearts were mutually linked to one another, sharing communion and coming together regularly for prayer. The CEV says it this way: they spent their time learning from the apostles, and they were like family to each other. They also broke bread and prayed together. And so there is a coming together, not only as we assemble together in the church, but as we assemble together outside the church too. We're family, we're a community, and that fellowship is important. And also having established times of prayer together too. And always certainly reaching out and praying for one another. I'm so thankful for our body here in Fairdale, because we make that a very strong practice. We cover each other in prayer, and if there's a need, we express that need so that we can pray that prayer of agreement and see the victory of God manifested in our lives. But the end was declared from the beginning. So we look at the church being birthed, and one of the things that was involved was the teaching of the word, coming together to pray, but also coming together for fellowship. Well, as we're wrapping up this dispensation of the church, how much more is it a time of coming together for the word, coming together for prayer, and coming together and in fellowship, not only in the church, but outside the church too. It tells us in Ephesians chapter 4 and verse 15, let's see, it says, but speaking the truth in love may grow up into him in all things, which is the head, even Christ, from whom the whole body, fitly joined together, compacted by that which every joint supplieth, according to the effectual working in the measure of every part, maketh increase of the body unto the edifying itself in love. So when we come to church, we must let's come ready and prepared to release the gifts God has placed inside of us to one another. Not just come to hear the pastor preach behind the pulpit. That's important. But for us to take time and minister to one another. We're jointly fit together. We're compacted together. We are one unit in Christ Jesus. But outside the churches also use that opportunity as it presents itself to build one another up and minister to one another. What happens is we're increasing the other person individually. We're increasing ourselves together, and we'll watch the church grow. I love you, and I look forward to being with you the next time.